One of the interesting things that we see happening today, especially in the Western Church, is a renewed interest and keenness in what's being called the Great Tradition. One finds it not only among mainline churches with the liturgical renewal, but one finds it also among evangelicals. I'm thinking of those who read the books of the late Robert Weber, those who are interested in thinking about the future of evangelicalism in terms of going back to its roots. And for me, this is a very exciting thing, because in some ways it's bringing those who call themselves Christians closer together, because more and more Christians are knowing what it means to have confession in the church, to go through the various traditional moments of the liturgy in their worship service, to follow a lectionary in their in the church year in their worship, and this is all to the good. I think that it's important, however, for those who are rediscovering the early roots of Christianity and going back to read the Fathers, to think clearly about why it is that they're doing this. And sometimes it can be maybe just for an antiquarian interest, or because that this seems like a novel thing, though of course it's a very ancient thing that they are focusing upon, and it gives some spice to their Christian life and worship. It's something different to do, and those seem to me to be rather trivial ideas. What I would hope would happen as folks follow me through with this book is that they would think about their delight in what they've discovered in the Great Tradition and in their newfound love of the Fathers and the early church, and then try to move beyond that, to think about whether it's possible that that Great Tradition did not stop, say, at the 5th or 6th century, but that in fact tradition is understood in its best sense is the lively movement of the Holy Spirit in the church that keeps us together through the centuries. And in order to do that, one has to think very, very carefully about those things that the church has always said and says everywhere, those things that hold us together. And it will take some discernment, I think, for Christians to really work through those things that are part of that holy tradition. They're not necessarily only just doctrinal. They can be ways of life. They can be ways of worship as well. And this we can see, even going back to the scriptures, by looking at some of the things that the pastoral epistles, 1st, 2nd Timothy, and Titus, have to say with regards to what is a sure and certain saying. And if you actually look up that little phrase, what is a sure and certain saying, you'll see that not all of them are doctrinal. Some of them have to do with, for example, church leadership. Some of them have to do with very, very practical things. And so it seems to me that right from the get-go in the scriptures we have an emphasis not simply upon core doctrine, but upon family ways as well, as part of the living tradition of the church.